Good morning and happy Wednesday. Today you will need your notes from yesterday, a pencil sharpener, and a number 2 wood pencil. This number 2 wood pencil we're going to be using almost every single day of class. It's the best tool for drawing, the mechanical pencils don't have that side lead, and this is a perfect example of what we're going to need for shading all the time. We are always drawing with the side of our pencil. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started on number 5. So I'm going to go ahead and put a number 5 right here. And I'm going to draw a rectangle and I'm going to leave room for notes underneath. It's not a perfect rectangle.
Ms. Brown, is it okay if we use the back?
I can't hear you.
Is it okay if we use the back?
If you don't have enough room, use the back of your paper. That's a great point. And then I'm going to do number 6 here. As long as you have the notes. If they don't fit, that's okay. And then you're going to draw another rectangle. There's a total of 6 rectangles with notes. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to start with the definitions. And then we'll get to the drawing and see how far we can get today. I know it's a faster day. If you need to fast forward or rewind and watch this later, that's why I do the videos. But I don't want to wait for everyone just because we don't have that much time. You can always turn this in late today for the proof of practice notes. So we roughly have, let's see, how much time left? We got about 25 minutes. All right. So value is your next word. Value and focus. Lighter, values with an S, and less detail. Suggest, distant, objects. Value and focus. Lighter values and less detail suggest distant objects. I will do a quick poll just to see when you guys are done with that. Just give me a yes. I just want to get an idea. So half of the class is already done. And if it stresses you out too much, just watch the video. It'll take me a little time to post the video and turn it in later today. Oh, good. We got about 20 of us done out of 32. So I'm just waiting for a few more. 26. Somebody's microphone is on. Jennifer. Thank you. Okay, now we have another vocabulary. We're going to write quickly, and I'm going to teach you some techniques. Linear perspective. That's going to be for number 6, Linear. Perspective, Perspective. Linear perspective. I'll put a little line here. I'm running out of room, so I'm going to go to the next underneath. Parallel, Parallel, lines, and edges seem to go toward one or more vanishing points. Ooh, I thought I was not going to make it there. Okay. Linear perspective. Parallel lines and edges seem to go toward one or more vanishing points. Now, I've only been teaching you one vanishing point. I will clear the participants. Just give me a yes when you're done. Linear perspective. Parallel lines and edges seem to go toward one or more vanishing points. We have about 20 students done. I know this takes some time to write and make room, so I don't want to go too fast. We're going to draw this one first, and then we'll go back to the other one. I just thought it was easier for us to write. I want you to get a scratch piece of paper. But if you have handy, I have a scratch piece of paper here. I'm going to teach you a new technique. This is scratch paper, and I'm just going to fold it in half for me, and I'm going to lay it over my words so I don't smear my hand in it. Does that make sense? We always want to protect our hands. We don't want to get a bunch of graphite on the side of our hands. We don't want to smear our artwork. And so when we have a scratch piece of paper, it helps protect us. So I don't want to cover this in case somebody needs to write and finish these notes. There's 25 of you done out of the 32. So I'm waiting for a few more stragglers. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So what I would like for you to do is, if you're ready, you're going to cover your words. I don't really need to. I know there's a few people still writing, so I don't want to cover it. We are going to go ahead and draw a line almost 1/4 of the way at the top of the rectangle, very high up. And then we're going to draw a vanishing point right about here. And we're just gonna I'm gonna use this paper as my ruler. Actually, I have my makeshift ruler. Where's that? Because I want a straight line. I'm going to use it to draw a line right about here. And then I'm gonna draw another line right about, watch me first, here. Oh, I got a little wonky with my ruler. That's okay. It almost looks like a road going to nowhere. So in this space, I am going to now demonstrate and draw a circle. right about here. Now I'm practicing by drawing in the air to make sure I get comfortable with how I'm going to draw this. So I'm going to loosely and lightly draw a circle, all sketchily here, right there. And then I'm going to draw one next to it a little bit smaller. And then another one, little smaller one, like that. Give me a yes when you're done. Draw them lightly. Remember, I do it hard and heavy because you need to see it. But you're always drawing as light as you can.
Miss Brown, could I see what you put for 5?
Let me zoom out a little.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So far, half of the class is done. We're just waiting for the other half. It's so cute. When I mention it, then people are like, oh yeah, I forgot to press yes. Then it jumps. Now we have 23 done out of 32. We're waiting about for 9 more students. $26. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the next step. Remember we did those little ellipses for shadows? We're going to draw those over here as well. So I'm going to draw a little ellipse right here for the first one. Another little ellipse right here for the second. And a tiny baby one for that. So they get gradually smaller. Your turn. When you're done, just give me a yes. So far, 2/3 of the class are finished. Okay, now we have a good majority. I'm still waiting for a few more stragglers, but I don't want to bore everyone else. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We are going to now draw. I'm going to cover up the font so that I don't smear my hand on number 5. Now, this one, watch me first and then you'll do it, okay? So the first one, I'm going to draw a fairly large sphere right about here, and then I'm going to overlap one that's touching higher right there. Your turn. It's a little bit smaller. Give me a yes when you're done. Half the class is done. 2/3 of the class is done. I'm still waiting for everyone to select yes when they're done. Okay, go ahead and get started. I'm going to do a little ellipse on the bottom, and this time the ellipse is more centered. And then I'm going to do another one right here. Just give me a yes when you're ready. It's funny, some of you guys put yes before I clear it, so you might have to say yes again. Good. Very good. Okay. Now I'm going to do one right up here, but it's going to be smaller. And I'm not drawing the whole thing per se, kind of like this. And then a baby little shadow right under. It's similar to this one, but it's touching. They're all overlapping. And then I'm going to do one over here in between these two. And I don't even have to draw the whole thing because these two are in front of it. And voila. This one's talking about value and focus. Lighter values and less detail suggest distant objects. And we're going to talk more about that, and we're going to shade that later. But right now we're just doing the basic sketches, so we're all on the same page. Now, this class is over at 11:10. I'm going to go ahead and create a question that I'm going to ask you guys to answer. Well, proof of practice. If you get this far today, I'll be pretty happy. We'll start shading everything next tomorrow. So I don't want to like make this too much work for you. I don't want you to feel stressed. Wednesdays are always hard because they're too fast. So let me see here. Proof of practice of your notes. Can I get that selected? I'm sorry, I have to move this for a second. Reuse. And I'm going to go ahead and make this for Wednesday. Not two S's. And sorry, I'm covering up the work. This is due, I said it's due at 11:10 for fourth period. If you're in another period, obviously it's a different time for when your class ends. And it's worth 5 points. Awesome. Easy peasy. Have a great day. So I'm turning off my video.